So I'm going to be using Git in this example. Git is useful for storing source code. So public HTML, I'm going to create a directory called geog. Looks like I've already done this. It's not the first time I've run this. I'm going to just get rid of everything without looking at it. -rf geog is pretty drastic. That says delete that file and everything in it and don't whine about it. So the F means force, the R says recursive. I'm just going to get rid of whatever's there because I'm starting from scratch. Now I should be able to create the directory again, cd geog. Now I need 3 files. So I'm going to touch index.html. I'm going to have geog.javascript and geog.css. They're the files I'll need. Create those files, and what I'm going to do is initialize Git. So git init. Okay, and I will git add all of those files. Alright, I'm also going to be storing these at a repository, Bitbucket, so I'm going to go into Bitbucket and log into that account. It's probably logged me in automatically. Yep, so I'm logged in and I'm going to create a new repository. Where's that? Create repository. And I'm going to call this geog, and I'm going to make it public so that you can follow along too if you like. So let's create the repository. Okay, and you can see I've got the SSH address for this. I've set up SSH so I can initialize Git. Now what I have to do is tell Git that that's the remote repository, and I can't remember how I did that. So I know I've done it before. So I'm going to grep my history. So history gives me a list of all the commands. I know that I've done the command that I need in the past, and grep says check. So if I grep git, what is it? Set upstream Bitbucket master. Okay, I think this is the one here. So I want to git remote add. Geog is the name that I want to give it, and the address that I just got here, copy that and right click to paste. That looks right. Let's try that. Okay, now I should be able to git commit -m create files. Okay, that looked good. So I did the commit on all the files that are there with nothing in them, and I'll try and git push to geog. Okay, is that good or bad? Okay, it looks like I need to set the upstream branch. Let's do that. Okay, that looked good. I didn't need my password because in Git I've set up public private keys. Let's see if I can push now. That's looking better. Let's see if that's updated Git. So refresh this, and I should be able to see the sources. Yep, there are my files. They've all got 0 bytes in. And now every time I make a significant change and get something working, I'm going to do a push. I'll do a commit and then a push, and that'll make public everything that I've done. Okay, let's visit our page. It does nothing in the minute. There's nothing in there. So that's the SET server, and it is called geog. Nothing happening. Okay, let's create some stuff. First off then, we'll edit index, and this is a standard doc type is HTML, and I need a script. Source is, okay, so I'm going to get it from code.jquery.com/ jQuery minus 3.1.1 min.js. Okay, so that's the jQuery library. I also want my own local, which I decided was going to be called geog. Okay, while I'm here, might as well put in a link to the CSS. I haven't got any plans to use it just yet, but I'm sure I will eventually. Rel equals style sheet. Okay, that's about all I need. I really ought to put in a head and a body, but I'm in a hurry. Let's save that, and let's also start geog.js. Okay, so as always, it's the onReady function I'm interested in. So that's the bit of code that introduces the onReady function. And the first thing I want to do is a JSON call. GetJSON. GetJSON takes two parameters. Well, it takes a lot of parameters, but the first parameter it's going to take is http://progzu.net/worldl.json. So that should download. Now that's progzu.net, and that's on a different server. And this is a cross-site data request. And you can't usually do this unless this server has been set up to give some specific headers. I might show you how to do that later, but for the moment, be aware that it works. My other option would be to just download that data and have it locally on the same server, then I wouldn't have to worry about the allow access headers. Okay, so once we've loaded that, let's take a look, see if we've got any data. Body dot text is going to be D. And D is the data that I get back. So this is an AJAX request, goes off to that server, gets the data. When it's got the data, that's returned in D, and this is the success function. So this is the function that's called assuming that worked. And I'm just setting the text of the body to see what the data is, just to see if that worked. So when I reload, okay, that didn't work. Let's debug, see if we can figure out what's going on. Developer tools, failed to load resource, world L. I spelled progzu wrong. Notice that because that failed, the success function never kicked off. You can track the error function if you want to, but I plan not to make this mistake again. Whoops, press the wrong button there. So that's progzu.net. Write that out, reload. Okay, it's given me this list. That's not terribly informative. Let's look at a particular country. So let's look at country number 62. No idea what country that is. That was a list of things. Let's reload. Okay, that's one country, but it's still not terribly informative. It's a useful thing. If you want to see stuff, you can use the JSON library. So json.stringify takes an object and outputs it in JSON format. It turns it into a string. The reverse of this is parse. So if you've got a JSON string, you can turn it into a JSON object using parse. You can do the other thing using stringify. Let's take a look. Okay, that didn't work. What's the problem here? String, I spelled stringify wrong. It's not a real word, stringify. So I don't think I should really be blamed for spelling it wrong. That's it. Okay, turns out that country number 62 is Georgia. Okay, I'm quite smug about that. I've demonstrated things working. I'm going to celebrate with a commit. So come out of this, git commit, -m is the message, and we'll say got Ajax call working. Got the Ajax call working, so that's my commit message. Let's enter that. Okay, I think I've got to do -a. Okay, that's better. And I will push git push. Okay, let's just see if this has been updated. Reload. and I should be able to see a list of commits. So my list of commits source. Okay, can we see here that was it created? And then I did that again for no particular reason. And now there's my latest commit. It says got Ajax call working, and so it should be possible for you to go to this address here and see this data, see what it looked like here, and you can see the changes that were made, and you can download the code. There's all kinds of stuff you can do if you want to. You can also use Git to copy the code. Right, that's enough for now. Next video, we'll try and get something a bit more like a quiz, something that looks a bit more like a quiz anyway.